Good evening, everyone. I'm Michael Steele. Welcome. We begin this hour with another day of the economic crisis that President Trump has created for average Americans. The financial markets were down for the fourth consecutive trading day after opening slightly higher, the Dow closing down more than 300 points. The investor anxiety returned, however, ahead of a midnight deadline for new tariffs to kick in. The White House confirmed that tariffs on Chinese goods, folks, would rise to a whopping combined 104%, just hours after the Chinese government said it is ready to fight to the end in the escalating trade war. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt reiterated President Trump's claim that China needs to make a deal with the United States. She also said Trump is not considering a delay on reciprocal tariffs, even as Politico reports that Trump's most loyal supporters are begging him to reach deals, do the deals. Today, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent said nearly 70 countries have reached out seeking tariff deals.
I would say that the negotiations are the result of the massive inflow of inbound calls to come and negotiate. Had nothing to do with the market. President Trump is going to be personally involved in the negotiations, and we will see what our trading partners offer.
Yes, we will. Meanwhile, there are more signs that Republicans in Congress are splintering on Trump's tariffs. Today, at least a few tried to get some answers from Trump's new trade representative.
Obviously, negotiations can extend as long as they have to, but is there a timeline you're dealing with?
So the president has indicated that he's willing to negotiate with parties that want to pursue reciprocal trade with the United States. We don't have any particular timeline set on that.
I hope you recognize, tariffs are double-edged sword. I would argue a somewhat blunt instrument.
I'm assuming this all got gamed out because it's a novel approach. It needed to be thought out. Whose throat do I get to choke if this proves to be wrong?
Well, Senator, you can certainly always talk to me, but
are you at the tip of the spear?
Well, I'm at the tip of the spear for certainly.
You sure about that? I don't even know if you're actually attached to the staff. Joining me now is Neera Tanden, former domestic policy advisor to President Biden. She's now CEO of the Center for American Progress Action Fund. And also joining me is former Pennsylvania Congressman Charlie Dent and Catherine Rampell, sorry, Catherine, Washington Post columnist and soon to be host of the evening version of The Weekend on MSNBC. Welcome to all of you. So let's start with Charlie's little ditty, which you don't mind if I share this?
Go right ahead.
So we were talking a little bit earlier, folks, and Charlie, who is a former member of Congress, Republican, and we all know the inside game, and he just kind of looked at me and said, this is a planned act of stupidity relative to these tariffs, Charlie. I mean, the administration has confirmed 104% tariffs on China will go into effect at midnight. Let's take a quick look at what that looks like. You're talking about what share of key products are going to be hit. 81% of blankets, 80% of video games, 77% of plastic housewares, 77%, there goes that Tupperware, folks, 77% of toys, 60% of brooms, 53% of electric batteries. Y'all know how many batteries you need to use for just one game? 47% of telephones, 38% of computers, 37% of vacuum cleaners. Charlie, talk to us about the impact this planned act of stupidity is going to have on average consumers.
Well, they're going to pay a lot more. And I've seen various estimates, at least $3,000 a year. For many families. That's a lot of money for people. And we haven't gotten into cars. We're talking anywhere from a few thousand to over $10,000 per vehicle. So this is an enormous hit. And I think what's happening is right now the administration really needs to clarify what its objective is. Do they want to have high tariffs so they can raise revenue and use it to pay for tax reform and other things? Or do they want to do what Scott Bessent and others have said? Well, we want to kind of go to a 0-0 tariff regime. Well, I can't have it both ways. I think they want high tariffs, and then they want a line in front of the White House of companies, countries, trade associations, all begging for exemptions. And then that's a cynical view of this.
Well, it's an important view, Catherine, because you've got Jameson Greer, the trade representative, telling us that You know, he's in the room, he's at the table. Everything basically is going to be okay. Yet you've got headlines from the Wall Street Journal talking about Canada imposing 25% tariff on U.S. autos to kick in starting on Wednesday. Where does the administration think this ends? So that you got 70-70, we've been told. I guess countries, individuals, corporations, we don't know who's called the White House, you know, seemingly begging for a deal. What kind of deal are these folks looking for?
That's the problem. President Trump can't articulate what his objectives are or what he wants or what the concession should be. So how do you negotiate with someone who does not know what they want? That's the entire ball game here, right? As Charlie just laid out, is this about raising revenue, in which case we want to keep the tariffs in place? Is this just a negotiating ploy, in which case we want some other kinds of concessions? If so, what? Are they about trade? Are they about something else? Are they about fentanyl again for whatever reason? We don't know. Trump doesn't know. And as we have heard from all of his cabinet members and other senior aides, none of them can articulate what the objective is or what the long-term plan is. So if you're another country, maybe they really are burning up the phone lines. Probably they're just trying to figure out, you know, what the heck is going on.